Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, we got cut off there on our video. We've got our bell pepper, our onions, and our garlic over here sauteed. Okay, and like I said, cover the bottom of the pot with olive oil. I like to use a little bit extra, a little extra olive oil than most people would use. But that's just personal preference. You don't have to do that. I just like the flavor of olive oil. So, while that's sauteing, we got our Italian sausage in the oven cooking 10-12 minutes. What we'll discuss now, we'll talk about what we're going to put in here for our sauce. What I have here is I have a 14.5-ounce can of Italian style diced tomatoes. Now, these, they got a little flavor to them. When they say Italian style, you got a little olive oil, garlic, and seasonings. By seasonings, they mean a little basil, a little oregano, your basic Italian seasonings. And it's got a little juice to it. I have 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Okay, regular tomato sauce. And I have 2, look at those, they're pretty, fresh Roma tomatoes. Okay, and what we're going to do with the Romas, we're going to put them over here in the blender. We're going to puree them up. That gives the sauce a nice fresh, a summer flavor, just like you just went out to your garden and picked those tomatoes. So, we're getting pretty close over here. So what we can do, right quick, we can run down our seasonings, what we're going to do. What I got here, and if you saw my first video, you'll see I like to pre-mix some of the seasonings. So what I've got here, and I got this wrote down because I get a little forgetful on this. I got a 1/4 teaspoon, that's 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, a 1/2 teaspoon of basil. And the reason I like to use a 1/2 teaspoon of basil is because you got these fresh tomatoes. You got a little acidity to them, so the basil helps cut that acidity back out. Basil's sweet, so sweet basil, it kind of counteracts that. And I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. So we've got all that mixed up. What we can do here is we'll check this. Our onions are really close to translucent. We'll go ahead and, while that's getting close to done, we'll knock the top off of these. And I like to knock that little nipple there off of that. Got to take the nipple off. So let's get a nipple off, 2 nipples, and we'll throw this over here. Okay. What I'll do is usually just slice them up like that. Nope, I don't peel the outside. I like that fleshy. So we'll do that. Throw them over in here. And we may need a little water just to get them going there, get them circulating when they're pureeing. That's no problem. So, got that in there. And this little gadget here, I'm new to this gadget, so if I get all discombobulated on it, don't pay no attention to it, because it's a new gadget. So, let's check this here. We are looking good. And just for S and G's here, I'm going to let you see. You see what you got olive oil in there? Yeah. And that's good. There's no need to drain that. It's not vegetable oil, it's not lard, it's not bacon grease, it's olive oil. That's good for you. That's why the Italians and the Spanish and the French and all them, that's why they're healthy. Okay. Now that that's sauteed, we're going to go ahead and throw these in. We got in our diced tomatoes. Now there's some goodies in the can there. I'm going to get those out too, because I don't want to waste no good. Alright, we got our tomato sauce. That's in there. We'll let that start cooking. Okay. I'm going to step over here and get some goodies out of here. Plus I need some water for my tomatoes. Because, sometimes, especially in a blender, this is a food processor, but in a blender, a lot of times you'll need a little something to get that going. So let me step over here and get some water in these cans, and then we'll take care of that. And this is for Jim. Alright, we've got our water in our cans. Okay? Got the goodies out. Let's go ahead and puree our tomatoes. Let's see what it does, what it looks like. Might not need water at all, but we will need it over here. So let's go ahead and do that. Get a look here. Hey, that looks good. Didn't need any water. I'm surprised, because usually in the blender it does. So now we've got those tomatoes pureed. You can get a look at that there. Fresh Roma tomatoes. We're gonna dump those over into there. Get our spoon, get all the goodies off the side. Got that. I'm going to set this over here. Got our water. Just kind of rinse these cans out, get the goodies off the side. We'll put that in there. Got that. We'll set this over here. Okay. Now it's time to season up. Like I already went through my seasonings, and we'll go through them again just to give you a rundown. But we're going to go ahead and got that there. It's in there. That around. And bring that baby. Bring that heat on up. Okay? Now, we got black pepper. I hadn't put any salt in it. Some people like to put salt at the end. You know, I like to put mine when I start out, because I like salt to cook into the sauce. Got some kosher salt. I'm not going to measure it, but I usually know. You can watch, just like this. And that's perfect, because you know, like I said in the first video I made, people can salt their food at a table. It's always best to go less salt while you're cooking, and if somebody needs more salt, you got it at the table, they can put it on there. You don't want to make the mistake of too much salt. So we got that. We got our seasonings in there. Our sausage is almost done. So we'll go ahead and we'll break, and we'll come back. We'll get our sausage out. We'll put together our penne pasta. We'll boil our pasta, and we'll have our sauce cooking. And I'll tell you a little bit about, you know, the cooking time on the sauce and everything. And before I break, let me just go ahead and tell you, you wanna raise that up and kind of get it to just a kind of a low boil. Get that sauce to a low boil, and then when you do, turn it down, and then you can simmer. Matter of fact, let me go ahead. I got a little help here today, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna show you what the sauce looks like cooking. So. This is your sauce cooking. You see it's got a good red flavor. Okay. And one other thing, before I forget, one other thing. I always like to do this here. I always. Got some dry wine. Bang! How about that? We got that to a slow, low boil. We'll turn it down and let it simmer. We come back. We'll check our Italian sausage, probably getting close to being ready. We'll pull it. Our sauce is going to cook here for 10-15 minutes. Just let everything blend together. Let some of the acidity come out of the tomatoes. And then we'll come back and we'll put everything together.